What do you do when you want to save your marriage from divorce, but your spouse doesn't want to? If you're in that situation, you'll know this is a really big problem. How do you reason with your husband or wife when they simply don't want to be in the marriage anymore? If they've told you that they want a separation or a divorce and have moved on, either physically and or emotionally, they might not only be unwilling to stay, but you trying to stop them from going may well make them angry and make things worse. Well, fortunately, there is a way to get your spouse to change their mind, but it does require a very different approach to what most people do. However, if you do find the right approach, it can be very effective in saving your marriage. Now, there are many reasons why your spouse might not want to be as committed as you are, or be even hostile to you. Here are some of the most common, so as I read these, see which of these best describes your situation. Firstly, your spouse, they might think that your marriage can't be saved. Perhaps you've tried counselling together and it didn't work, or perhaps it even made things worse, which is often the case. So your spouse might simply have given up on trying before you have. Or, secondly, your spouse might think that you don't want to save your marriage. It could be that they think you've given up as well and that they've got to the stage of agreeing with you. The third reason, your spouse might be tired of all the unpleasantness that seems to be in your marriage. You're probably both feeling stressed and emotionally wrung out, so they might be thinking it would be just easier to call it quits and just simply walk away from the whole thing. The fourth reason is your spouse might be feeling very bitter and hurt. And perhaps you've done something that has hurt them and they just can't forgive you for it. You might have had an affair, you might have been emotionally abusive or betrayed their trust in some way. It seems that no matter what you do in this situation, you can't convince them that you're sorry for what has happened. The fifth common reason why your spouse might not be committed to saving your marriage is that they might say that they don't feel attracted to you any longer. They might be saying the classic line, which is, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." And the last common reason is your spouse might simply have moved on emotionally. And they might have had an affair, or might actually be having an affair with someone else. And if they're involved with someone else, they probably have moved on emotionally. They could have even moved out or be making plans to move out. So these are just some of the reasons why often a marriage is in trouble. And particularly when one person wants to save it and is really desperate to save it, and the other person just isn't interested in saving it. But there is some good news. If you are that person who really wants to save your marriage and your husband or wife doesn't want to, then there are actually strategies that you can apply that can make a difference. And if you do the right things, you will get the result you want. But you just have to know what the right things are. So if you would like to learn the most effective way to save your marriage and stop your divorce, if you'd like to learn the right things to do and the wrong things to stop doing, then visit my website and listen to my free podcast. My website is liamnaden.com. And don't forget to check out my 7-day Stop Your Divorce program, which is the most effective step-by-step plan that will show you how to save your marriage. Visit me on liamnaden.com and I look forward to helping you.